Hi, Floss Tube. This is Stitching to Connect Annie. I have been off since December 19th or 20th with this eye condition that continues to plague me. I'll talk more about that at the end of this video if you're interested, but let's just jump into stitching right now. And I have accomplished some things since the 19th, just not as much as I wanted to. So I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas, special holiday with your family, and Happy New Year, however you ended up celebrating. It was quiet. We were home. It was a very quiet Christmas and New Year's for us. We were home. And as I've said before, if you've watched my videos before, I had my big holiday celebration with my daughter in DC. My boys flew out from the West Coast. My youngest son and his wife couldn't come because their dog had had a seizure, but all's well. And my oldest son flew out. He's didn't bring his girlfriend, but it was just a really nice time at my daughter's. And I stayed for 2 weeks, which was a little long. Yeah, I have to say, I was definitely ready to come home. I think it was a little too long, but it was great, and it was fun. It was good to get away, and so all that said, that was my big holiday celebration. And then I did Flossmas for the better part of December, and then on the 19th, 20th, just kind of fell off the screen because of this eye condition. So, but I want to show you my progress of all the things I've stitched. So I've done that much of this is looking backwards. I've done that much of Yule Ball. So I've done almost half. I have to finish the house. I have to finish Mr. Raccoon here. Most of the squirrel is done. I have to put in the white around their feet. And I think what I'm going to do, because, yeah, the white is kind of hard to see. And I did on the Yule log, I did backstitch around the end of the Yule log, and I think that really helped. I think what I want to do with the snow on the ground and the snow icicles and stuff is just add a little bit of that blue, that variegated blue, which is so pretty. Because as you can see, a lot of the snowflakes are blue. So I think I'm going to add a little bit of blue here and there throughout the snow on the ground, and I think that's going to make it more visible. Some people just, I think one gal said, I'm going to restitch this and use a different fabric. And I agree, the fabric that they chose and they sent, it is hard to see that white slash, they call it diamond. So it's a white slash light gray, but it is very hard to see, which is a shame. And then there's Smyrna crosses, which those are candles with the Smyrna crosses. I don't have anything behind this. I hope you can see. And I think I'm going to go back and take either a light, or excuse me, not a light, a silver Kreinik or a gold Kreinik, and then just kind of put those, maybe do a little bit of crosses, not a full Smyrna cross, but maybe just either go around it in a back stitch or highlight those, and I think they'll pop more. So that's my plan. Or I could take the Kreinik or the, I don't always use Kreinik. What's the other one? Rainbow. Pardon me. Rainbow Gallery. And use that and kind of intersperse that through. But I think that'll be fun. And I definitely want to finish this for next holiday season. I think it's going to be a little too late. I have so many things going. I don't think I'm going to finish it for this winter, but definitely want to finish it for next holiday winter season, because I think it's so sweet and so whimsical, and I really enjoy stitching on it. So that was one of my big progress I made. then I kind of went crazy and started a lot of things. As a lot of people did, I did start, this won't be too glary, I did start the river, which I believe was in the Resolution Black Needle Society box. I'm not a subscriber, but I did get in on that box, which I was super happy because I got the planner. And then this pattern, which I'd never done any modern folk embroidery, and then they gave us this thread, which is gorgeous. And I was stitching along on a Zoom meet with, I think it was the Black Needle Society stitchers, or it might have been Athena. I can't remember. Anyway, it was Black Needle Society stitchers, I think. They had a 3-hour or a 6-hour stitch along on New Year's Eve and a 6-hour stitch along on New Year's Day. I think that was it. I don't remember for sure. Anyway, and we were chatting, and one of the gals had figured out that if you stitched 185 stitches a week on the river, by the end of the year it would be done. I've done this much. So I've done quite a bit of the border. I started on the border, and now I'm starting across the very top with the first capitalized ABC. And you can't really see it as much as I'd like you to see it, but the variegation is really beautiful on it. So that was a new start and some progress. Then, bless her heart, Betty White passed and made me sad, and a lot of gals picked up on her wanted to do something to honor her life, and she was such a hilarious individual, and enjoyed her so much on the Golden Girls and her movie parts throughout the years. I think she was in The Proposal with Sandra Bullock and Hugh Grant. I think that's the one she was in. And she was delightful. If you want to see her in a movie, that's a really fun movie to watch her in. I picked up on the Lindy Stitch herring sampler, Walk Fast, I think it's called. And it's the one where there's a leash on a herring, and then it said, as Scandinavians say, or something like the old Scandinavia saying, you can walk a herring to water, but you have to walk fast or it'll die. Which I think is pretty hilarious. Well, I got this much done. So the pink is the leash, and the blue is the top fin of the herring, and it's going to be fun. And I'm finally using the fabric I got a while back. It's called Eek, and I think it's gonna be great for this because I pulled my own threads for it, so I'm not doing the called for, and it's gonna be fun. And I'm kind of excited because I've been wanting to think of a cross stitch I could do for my son and his wife, who just bought their first house last year. And I went and saw them in August and got to see their house. And I wanted to kind of do a flat fold or a little something for them. And first of all, she's Scandinavian. I have no clue if they like Betty White. I have no clue. First of all, she's Scandinavian. And my son is an avid fisherman, like fly fisherman. Granted, they live in Seattle, and the prominent fish are salmon. And I thought of changing the colors and doing stuff and saying you can walk a salmon to water. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. have already started that blue color, and it is fabulous, and I love stitching with it. So I may just stick to the herring idea. Plus, a herring is part of the Scandinavian tradition. But I thought that would be such, and they have a really fun sense of humor between the two of them. And I thought that would be such a fun little house warming kind of gift. Be totally different. Years and years ago, I stitched for my son this beautiful pillow, and I hope he kept it. I don't know where it is, and I haven't had the heart to ask, do you know where that pillow is? Because it had 3 trout in it, and it was gorgeous because he grew up fishing in Colorado, and of course, our big fish here is trout. Had a rainbow trout, had 3 different 3 different uh, types of trout on it, and it was not very big. It was like an 8 by 8 or an 8 by 10. Anyway, I put a lot of work in it. I hope it didn't get tossed, but I made it for him like when he started college. So if it did, I wouldn't be surprised. And I would love to make it again for him if I could find that pattern. But yeah, that was so. Anyway, I thought this would be a fun thing for them to share, and a little bit of a gifty from me. So we'll see. Long story. Again, I pulled my own threads for that. What else do I have here? Oh, that's haul. Talk about that later. Then I started, I think it's here. I hope it's here in one of my bags. Yeah, I did. I started Athena from Athena Designs. Athena, Goddess of Design, I think is her name or whatever. She had a Zoom stitch with me kind of activity. I think it was last Friday. Today's Monday, so it was Friday. Yeah, Friday evening. And it's a Harry Potter one. And I'd been wanting to stitch a Harry Potter, and I did jump on the bandwagon with year 3 of Black Needle Society Harry Potter. Excuse my nails. I picked at my 2 nails on this hand and 2 nails on this hand. So anyway, I'll have to slap some more color on them. Anyway, you had to be stitching a Harry Potter design, and I am stitching the one, let me see if I can find it real quick on my iPad to show you. It's the Awaited Letter. I apologize, I was going to have these pulled up and I completely forgot about it, but I should be able to find it fairly fast. Oh, that's another one I need to show you. I can show that to you too. Oh dear, was it Christmas? I think I put it under Christmas. Which makes no sense, but yeah, there he is. This one, you can see him. Long Awaited Letter, I think it's called. It's by Maria Bravko. The Long Awaited Letter, yeah. And I just love him. I just think he's beautiful. And so I got this far on him during our stitch along, which I thought was pretty great. So that's the end, the bottom half of one of his wings. And this is the corner of the start of the letter that's in his mouth. So, and I pulled my own threads. I don't know if I told you, but I'm in 2 or 3 thread clubs for overdyed threads. And the fact that I'm doing that now, sorry about the glare on my glasses, let alone my disguise, my pirate thing, my pink pirate patch, as my husband calls it. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. Anyway, so I've joined those clubs, and so I'm getting quite a collection of overdyed threads. And so I'm using both DMC and overdyed threads in the most of the things that I pull. So I look on the DMC chart, and then I try to match my overdyed threads to that. And I think I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'm getting better at it all the time. But anyway, I pulled this Fortnite fabric piece, which is 16 count Aida, 16 or 18. I think it's 16 count. And I like the way it's going to pop. I think, there's so much white on that owl. So much white on this owl. I really want it to pop. And I think the purple, even though it has nothing to do with Harry Potter colors, really, will pop. So I'm excited about that one. Then the other one I started because I'm going to Steel City Stitchers Pittsburgh retreat February 3rd, which is less than a month away. I'm waffling a little because of COVID. Omicron is so dang contagious, but I still think I'm going. Right as of right now, I'm going. I have my room. I have paid my fee to go to the retreat. I'm got my airline tickets. They're United. United is one of the more stable airlines, I believe, right now as far as canceling flights. So I feel pretty good about that. For all you that travel or not travel because of whatever choices you're making. First of all, I'm counting on the weather. Who knows what it'll do at the beginning of February? So I'm counting on the weather, and then I'm counting that the flight won't be canceled because of work shortage. Staff work shortage. So I have two things I'm counting on, but I feel like being on a plane is safe. Of course, I will mask up for everything. I haven't decided if I'm going to mask up when I'm fully vaccinated. I haven't decided if I'm going to mask up during the retreat. That decision I have not made. So, all that to say, let me find it. Shoot, my files. My files. There we go. SCS. So they're called SCS, which is Steel City Stitchers, because they're in Pittsburgh, which I've never been to Pittsburgh. I've flown over it. I've seen the bridges. I've seen all the cool stuff. But this is the piece designed by Hello from Liz Matthews. And this is the piece that we're stitching for it. And I wanted to get it done because there's a bridge, there's a little bird. I pulled my own threads and fabric for this. I'm not doing it in the called fors. Now if I can find it. Is that it? Maybe. I think this is it. I pulled one of my Fortnite fabric pieces that was a ornament piece, and this is how much I have done. So I've done the bridge, and I've done some of the snowflakes, and I think it's going to be really pretty. I really like the fabric, but if you finish it ahead of time, or you take it and it's not quite finished, and you want to work it on there or whatever, they're going to also have at the retreat a finishing pack, and we'll be finishing it there. So, pardon me. My throat's very dry today. Very dry. Train of thought. Oh, I know. So I'm hoping that I can finish this. It's a pretty quick stitch, I think. I can get most of it done. I'd like to have it all finished. Yeah. These are my colors. So, kind of show you those that I've picked. And they're all very similar to what they suggested. I'm just using all overdyes. So this is my palette, pretty much. Which are the blues and the greens. The other thing the one thing I am doing is the border is going to be this variegated purple. This variegated purple, which I think will be pretty. It'll pop. And I'm a purple fan. I like purple. So I'm excited about that too. So I had a lot of starts. I think that's all my starts. I should look in my book. So I have, okay, so I kitted up SES. I started it. I started Walk Fast. I've been working on the river. I think that's all the things I've been working on. Back to this original one. I thought of something as I was speaking, and now I can't remember what it was. See if I can think of it. It's not coming back to me. This original one. So I did all of this border, all of this house, all of these words all the way over the raccoon and the squirrel since December 19th. So I worked on that primarily during the Christmas season. I think that's all my starts and all my progress on what I had. Now I've gotten some fun. What did I do with having one eye is such a drag. Here it is. So I think I mentioned before. Must have hit the TV. So I think I mentioned before that Land of Good Enough, Pam, has started has a brick and mortar now. And through the month of, I believe it was in December, it might have been the end of November, beginning of December, she had a lot of specials in her shop because I think she opened her doors beginning to first week of November, I think. And I really want to support her. I think that's a big, amazing jump for her to open a store, first of all, during a pandemic. I think she's in Rhode Island or Massachusetts. I can't remember. I think she lives in Rhode Island, but her store is in Massachusetts. I'm not sure. But hop on her YouTube, Land of Good Enough. She's really sweet. And she also runs a couple of Stitch With Me's targeted for Hawthorne Hollow and fancy people like Mirabilia and stuff. And she just as sweet as can be, and I really like her. So I really wanted to support her, and let's get a few patterns that I wanted, a few charts that I wanted. So I ordered 4 things during her specials. First one being Flirting. I'm not going to take these out. I'm going to try and show them without, yeah. Flirting, which is a Plum Street sampler, and I think this is my first Plum Street sampler. But I thought it was super fun and super cute. And not sure if I'll start this until next season, but I really liked it. And then, as you probably know, I'm a big Bendy Stitchy fan. The Yule Ball that I showed you with the raccoon and the squirrel and everything, that's her design. And she was, that was in Forbidden Fiber Co.'s Yule Ball box. So she was the featured designer in that. And then Bendy, her name is Michelle. She did this Cleopatra last year. I'm thinking it was in the fall. It might have been in the summer. And I have a black kitty, and I thought that'd be so cute to put up on my little shelf over here. So I got that one. And all these were like 25% off or something like that. And then another thing she did was, if you ordered and you thought you might order more, she waited until the end of all her sales into December, and she said, I'll just ship it all at once so you only have to pay one shipping, which I thought was kind, considerate, and a good way to boost your sales, basically. So she's smart. She's very smart. And then I think this was last summer, either spring or summer, and I've really liked it. And Michelle does a lot of animals and dresses, as Cleopatra was. And this is Thistle, the Highland Coo And apparently this thing that kind of looks like a out of control, I think it looks kind of like a helicopter, a fat helicopter, but yeah, that's just me. That is a letter C in in Scott in Scottish writing. Anyway, has a crown. I love the cow. I just love her. I think she's so cute. Who knows when I'll get to that, but I love it. Another one of my favorite designers, as I've spoken about, Lindy Sitches, and she did the Betty White tribute one that I'm doing. And she did this one for Christmas this year, and I thought it was really gorgeous. It's called And to All a Good Night. That pistachio greenhouse is just to die for. I would like to start that maybe in July for Jolly July Christmas, or whatever they do where they start stitching Christmas things in July. Maybe I'll start this one and flirting in July. I need to write those down on my calendar, my planner. That's what I need to do now that I have that wonderful planner. So those are the two patterns that I ordered. And then I belong to 3L Threads monthly floss club. Can't remember if it's color and cotton or classic color works. I can't remember which one, but I get those every month, and that's how I'm starting to build my stash. And she had a grab bag special, and I've been wanting to try, what are these called? Sulkies, because people rave about sulkies, and I've wanted to try them, and I thought, well, this would be a good way to try them and see if I like them. And so she sent 10, I think it was for $12, and with shipping it was like 15 maybe. So I got 10 sulkies. These are, so I got some variegated. See that gold, and both of them are gold, which will be fabulous for autumn patterns or Halloween patterns. And then some the Christmas green and the Christmas red, and the other gold and another green, classic green I think it was called, and burgundy red or something, and then a really dark brown, really dark brown. And I don't know how much I saved, but I was super pleased with that. So that came the other day, I think. And then my regular threads came, and people show their regular thread. Like I said, my color and cotton or my classic color works. I remember both the C words today. I don't always do that. So that is cool. So just to show a little bit of my stitching journal, so this is kind of what I've been doing, where I've been putting what I've been stitching on, and a few things like, we've gotten some snow finally. We got some snow finally. We got 4 inches on a week ago Saturday, and it was only that 10 degrees for like 3 days. It was super cold. And then we got 2 inches last Thursday. And so I've been writing that down. And then I've been writing kind of what I do every week, and then my normal what's the words I want? Like my book club and things like that, the normal things I do every month, and my medical appointments and stuff. So that's all good. And then this is a progress tracker. And so what I did was, at the bottom, I started assigning like 1.5 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, and 185 stitches. Like I said, that river, if I get 185 stitches in every week, I can have it done by the end of the year. So I'm shooting for like 200 stitches a week. That's what I'm shooting for. And the way I did it, I was proud of myself. I figured out something. Is I got my length of my thread because it is that variegated. So I kind of want to pick and choose kind of what is variegating into what kind of, not totally, but occasionally. And I stitched two strands over one on, I think this is 18 count. It's either 16 or 18, whatever I get from Fortnite Fabrics, because I belong to their monthly fabric club, and I joined again for this year because I really like their fabrics. And what was I saying about all that? I don't remember. I don't remember. But anyway, so then I set up all my things I've been working on right here. And then every day, see, like there's 1 or 2 days I didn't stitch. I put in, according to this bottom kind of deal, how much I did, like an hour and a half or 3 hours or 185 stitches. And so for 2 weeks now, I've gotten in 185 to 200 stitches on River. I've stitched once on Walk Fast. I've stitched, no, 2 days on Walk Fast. I've stitched 2 days on my Steel City Stitcher work, and 1 day on Harry Potter. I haven't done any on U-Ball, Really Friends, and Dragon. And I wanted to start the Dragon. I don't know where my dragon is. Should show you my dragon. There's my dragon. I'm excited about my dragon. I wanted to start my dragon as it's called Good Fortune. I could just call it the dragon because I don't have any other dragons going. That Katie from Catherine Landis, or Katie from Black Needle Stitchers did. And this is my fabric I picked, which I'm excited about. Again, Fortnite Fabric pick. And as you can see on the pattern, that's kind of the colors she picked, but mine has a little more yellow in it. You can see a little bit more yellow and orange in it. I think it's going to be fabulous. And I pulled my own. No, I didn't. I'm stitching it in Call for Colors because I really like the way the colors she picked. And so now I'm waiting for some 1, 2, 3 stitch, 1, 2, 3 stitch order, which hopefully will come this week. To start him. I want to name him too. You guys need to help me think of a name for the dragon. I think he's pretty cool. I think he's really cool. So that is one thing I'm waiting for to start, and I will definitely start that in January. Then, so dragon. Really Friends is one of my whip goes, and I do have that with me too. This one. Really Friends. I started this last year at StitchCon. I've gotten, how much have I gotten done? I have gotten not as much as I'd like, but some. I need to get some more project bags because I've got everything shoved into 1 or 2 bags. Let me see if I can fold this. Thank you for putting up with my eye and my probably not ideal lighting and the glare and all of that. You're good friends for me. So I've done the castle, and really, because what it says on it is, there is nothing I would not do for those who are really my friends. And I've kind of put this as my Valentine's Day, February focus in my planner, even though it is on my WhipGo as one of the items. So I'll definitely put in, I think 500 stitches is what's on my WhipGo. And then focus on that in February. So I did find another one that I kind of am working on that needs some attention. So that's on my project progress tracker. Whether I get back to my Yule Ball, not sure. But the rest of them I definitely want to work on, and it'll be fun to see how many little things I have in there. So that's been very fun. Let me look here real quick and see if I forgot anything. I don't think I'm going to get back to my Christmas joy. I think that's all I have, folks. I'll elaborate a little bit on my eye. So I have that vitreous condition where it's pulling away from the back of my eyeball. Vitreous detachment. It's not the other kind of detachment, retina detachment. It's not that. It's vitreous detachment, which is the gel that forms your eyeball, blah, blah, blah. If you want to look back on one of my other videos, I explain it in more detail. It's annoying. It hasn't gotten worse per se, but I was telling my husband today, I feel like in the mornings, like I have grit in my eye. And I was telling my sister on the phone, it's nice to have two of something because you can definitely compare two eyes. You can definitely compare what's going on with one eye when it's not normal and the other eye that is normal. And so it feels like I have grit in my eye, and then it just gets fatigued during the day. So I try to like patch it with this lovely little thing. I have another set of glasses that are patched in purple, so I ordered these on Amazon, and they're very soft and they're nice, and I had tried doing a band-aid and different things, and this is much better. Works much better. So I see the doc next week. I go back in next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow, for my 6-week checkup. And I'm hoping he can fill me in a little bit, like, is it healing? Is it getting better? What do I have to look forward to? It has not gotten worse as far as the floaters. It's not gotten worse as far as the flashing, but I still have it. And then some days it's not that bad. So I'm hoping that it's healing. I'm hoping that we have a good report when I go next week. So that's what that's all about. I've gone on for 37 minutes now, so I'm going to say bye for now. It was really good connecting with you. Keep stitching, keep connecting, stay safe. I hope to get on maybe in a week. I'm going to try to do weeklies because it was fun doing those daily or every other day or sometimes every 3-day Christmas vlogs. Just as an FYI, I did finish my elf cabin, whatever it was, Christmas elf lodge, whatever it was called. And I will try to film a little video of that and attach it or include it in my next video. Today I'm not feeling it, but maybe next time. So you can see that I did finish it. It was a super fun project. My grandson and my boys, who were big Lego fans, when we did our Christmas Zoom call, I showed it to them and they were very impressed. So it's always good to impress your adult children and your teenage grandson. So I'm going to say bye for now. Keep stitching, keep connecting, and we'll see you in a little bit. Bye.